So on our weekly magazine show that we do on a Friday, we always talk about the AEW and NXT ratings that come out from their shows on TNT and on the USA Network. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I find them always quite interesting to see, what wrestling fans are watching. I also then really like reading the following week's Observer, where you get the breakdowns of like the quarterly hours and stuff. And I mean, from the past few weeks, we have noticed that turns out Orange Cassidy is a draw. And when Orange Cassidy is in a match or in a segment, the ratings increase. So I always find that really interesting. And I had a chat with Brandon from WrestleNomics recently, talking about how investors are quite interested in ratings because that's where the TV rights deals come into it, because USA and Fox have been paying a lot of money for WWE, huge amounts of money. It's a large portion of WWE's price at the moment. And if those ratings then go down, that will, decrease the money that they may get for TV rights, the next time comes around for a negotiation. But one of the bits of feedback that we often get when we talk about this is that why do we as fans care what the shows get in the ratings? Because we're not investors. So I suppose the question to pose to you is, do the ratings for AEW and NXT matter to fans?
Yes, I think they do. I think what's interesting about ratings is that obviously for investors they're a very simple metric for success. It is much harder to gauge goodwill and willingness to spend money on things, on like products that might be coming out in the future that are also part of your investment package. So obviously, like your base ratings for a TV show, it makes it go like, well, we know we have this many fans exactly. So it does make it a lot easier for them to put their money behind things and makes them feel a bit more secure. For fans, like, I think as much as I said, it's harder to gauge that goodwill. Seeing the ratings go up suggests that what the company are doing is good and people are enjoying it, and therefore, like, you want to be a member of that tribe. And I think I think tribalism is part of the reason why people enjoy the ratings going up. I think it's the same reason why, say, when Xbox and PlayStation, right? So like Xbox and PlayStation are fundamentally the same thing. Like you get a different character. You get Master Chief on the Xbox, and you get to be Nathan Drake on PlayStation. And some people just wear that like a badge of honor. And I think it matters to people because these are expensive machines. These are investments of money that people don't have. This is expenditure that is extra. So you want to make sure that you've made the right choice. So that's why people get very up in arms about whether they've chosen Xbox or PlayStation. In the same degree, now with NXT and AEW going out on the same night, you have to choose which one you choose to watch at the time that it goes out if you're a wrestling fan, which I think is important because you want to be, the world has never been more about being on the zeitgeist. It's never been more about being on the pulse, and like your ability to tweet about something or talk about something has been shrunk from days, weeks, months, when it used to be like, I'm sending a letter to America, to like seconds. Like stories only last for seconds now. So people want to make sure they're watching the correct show to be able to talk about the things. And that's why you see that swing of people who've chosen to watch AEW still flicking over to check what's happening on NXT in the breaks, because people need to make sure that they are watching the best wrestling that they could possibly get their hands on. So I think to fans in that case, ratings do matter because you want to make sure that you've chosen correctly the show to watch, right?
Yeah, totally. And, we have seen in wrestling history that those that draw the best ratings are often the ones that then get pushed off the back of it. We have, there's been reports about Tony Khan from AEW that he's a stats man. He loves a stat. And the one thing that he looks at is, in terms of those stats and metrics are, these people here are drawing X number of ratings. These people over here are not. So surely, as the stats would say, let's put more time and focus into these sorts of people over here. So I think from a fan perspective, that's quite interesting, right? Because that means that these people here that are drawing the better ratings are going to be the ones that get more TV time. And so I think if you are in this sort of like backstage game of, of being the sort of smarter mark, if you will, you are going to want to know about these sort of metrics, so that you can sort of like get more of a gauge and be part of the conversation and sort of like say, well, these people are going to get more of a push because they're doing better ratings than others.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing as well. It's like I think it's empowering in this situation to feel like if you've got someone like Tony Khan on the backstage actually paying attention to where people are putting their attention. And it's that, you know, that same case people always say about like voting with your wallets. This is voting with your eyes. It's voting with your viewership, right? So like the more the obviously I think like I'm the sort of person, if I'm watching a TV show, I'm going to watch the whole TV show. So I don't get these people who are flicking over and changing over the channel, but whatever. But yeah, like I guess if you're only going to pay attention to the Orange Cassidy sections because you like Orange Cassidy, you are probably going to still be interested in the ratings because you want to know that the other people like Orange Cassidy. Is Orange Cassidy going to get that push now?